Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. If you have visited the shop in the last several months, no doubt you would have met this fine young gentleman. This is Blake, and got him on today to share with you one of his insights into the world of health, one of his passions, which is movement.
Yeah. Thank you for having me on, Malcolm. I'm really grateful to be here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I want to begin talking about this specific puzzle piece, right? I believe that well-being and health and just enjoying life is a puzzle, right? And the Light Cellar meets a major puzzle, right? Nourishment through food. It's a beautiful piece, and I'm grateful to be a part of this thing that we have going on here. But what I want to bring to the table is movement. Mother Nature has given us specific movement patterns that if we don't use them, we're gonna lose them eventually, and that is what we see happening time and time again. When we're getting older, our knees start to hurt, my shoulder's hurting from all this baseball I used to play, and we tend to fall into the belief that it's just what happens when we age. But is it really?
Yeah.
So there is ways that if we continue to move through these patterns that Mother Nature has given us, creating these long muscles and strong muscles, we can actually continue to live a life pain-free. We can get out of pain if we've been in for however long, and we can actually, when we reach those 60s, 70s, we can still be able to run and jump with our grandchildren and with our children. And I think that, to me, is what shifted me from just going to the gym to get jacked to moving for longevity and then creating standards from that. So there are specific movements that I primarily teach in order to get people to those places of longevity where it's not just, start squatting, and if you can only go to 90, only go to 90. It's like, I'm not going to put you on that exercise unless you can actually hit full depth. So there's going to be regressions to certain movements and progressions to certain movements. But I really think it's important that everybody steps into that movement journey. And it is a journey. It's going to start and it's going to continue for the rest of your life. And I think that's something to wrap your mind around, right? When you jump into a health journey of trying to eat better foods, you're not just thinking, I'm going to do it for a few months and then drop it off. It's forever, right? And so just like what we put into our body is super important, what we do with our body every single day is just as important. And movement should be something that we look forward to. Like, we were given this body. It's a beautiful gift, and we should take advantage of that. And the main message I want to promote to everyone today is, if you don't know where to get started, there is a place for you to start. You're not too old. You're not too broken. There's a lot of fear around getting into the gym. What am I gonna do? Like, I don't know, right? And I've been there for sure. And I've been on a long journey of training myself. And what I could really speak to is the beauty of watching your body change and adapt and grow. Not only grow physically, but like grow in its ability, right? To run faster, to be stronger in proper movement patterns without pain, right? Without worrying about pain. And when you start to train in a way that is going to make your body bulletproof, you don't have to no longer worry about, is this the moment that I'm going to pick up a box and hurt my back?
Right.
Or is this the moment like I'm going to lean down and hurt my knee and then be bedridden for a couple months, right? Like, there is no worry because you already got the boxes checked. You're training in the gym for your entire life, and then the fun begins when you reach those longevity standards. Then it's like, okay, how can I develop from this? It's not changing the movement. It's just getting stronger and stronger and stronger in those movements too. Yeah, now I can run normally, but now I have the ability to sprint on command and to jump and to play sports again. A lot of people miss out on that because they can't play their favorite sport anymore because of injuries. Well, what if you took the steps to help yourself so that you're no longer feeling those injuries and you can actually just play and have fun, which is what I truly believe is one of the most important aspects of living. Is it's like if you're not having fun, what are we doing?
Right? Yeah, I love it. Cool. There's a lot to unpack there. And I think you and I have chatted before, and within the world of health, right? Obviously, within Light Cellar in this world, a lot of people start and may only continue just down a nutritional journey. And you were kind of recognizing that, and I've certainly observed that within myself and other people within this community. And then there are some like yourself that maybe start on that physical movement journey and then go like, oh wait, how do I support that?
Oh,
and
it's
then
not just fat, plain chicken breast and rice and broccoli? Like, oh, I didn't know.
right? Yeah. So there's these other components which creates health, and I love how you've come to this concept of those of us that are into food, nutrition. This whole aspect is like, okay, what is most natural? What is most natural and supportive to our bodies from a food and nutrition perspective and herbal medicine perspective? That's why we're in this world. And you're identifying, well, it's the same within movement, right? That there's unnatural ways to move, and I would say that's also not moving. And you identified how, like if we don't, basically our range of motion, our abilities just kind of decrease over time.
They will.
So we have to really engage, pay attention, and work to keep that up. But what you're saying is expand that and do it within a natural means.
Yeah, definitely. And I want to talk on what you just mentioned there, like getting our bodies to those full ranges of motion, right? Like it's a process. Like if we haven't been working out for 20, 30, 40, if you're 50 and you've never worked out before, I'm not going to start you on a full like Romanian deadlift, and you may not even know what that is, right? That's the beginning is starting to learn. Like, oh, when you start to learn that there's a difference between the quality of fats that you're using when you're eating, or the difference between the types of even quality of herbs that you're going to get from one place or another. There's a quality of movement, and when we begin on that journey, not only are we going to notice like changes in our ability to move and like when I'm picking something up, oh wow, that actually felt way easier. But we're gonna be noticing changes in our entire life. When I really began focusing on my movement, like your whole outlook on life changes. I don't know if other like those of you out there have noticed this, but like who are also on like a movement and fitness path, but like movement just gets your mind going. And I have some of my deepest insights about my own personal life while I'm in those spaces of movement and I'm just with myself, with my body. And it's a beautiful thing. Like life isn't just this surface level, let's get jacked, let's eat healthy. It's like, what is eating healthy and what does moving properly like bring into our vessels, right? And
and the state of mind we achieve.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
that.
And the discipline it takes to be consistent in this journey. When our mind comes up, it's like, oh, I don't feel like it today, or I just want to eat a Big Mac, There's difficult decisions that force us to get out of this programmed pattern that we have and to jump into the unknown, right? And it's a beautiful thing. And I also wanted to touch up on another thing, that your body adapts. And so no matter what stimulus you give it, your body will adapt to that. And whether it's a good adaptation or a bad one, it changes. And so if you're sitting for 8 hours a day, your body's going to adapt. If you're running for 8 hours a day, your body's going to adapt. And it's what stimuluses are we giving it on a daily basis so that it adapts properly? And if we do have a job where we're sitting 8 hours a day, how can we reverse that so it doesn't cause low back pain or sciatica, which is a lot of issues that people have. Even I've struggled with it. What brought me into this journey of movement is I was, doing bodybuilding, doing my stuff, and I have a philosophy around bodybuilding that has allowed me to train for 7 years, not pain-free, but long-term major injury-free, which is a beautiful gift and I'm grateful for. But it brought me to this place of, okay, now I'm having a little bit of knee pain. Now I'm having some hip pain because my legs have always been something that have been super tight and I didn't know how to go about it. And so when those issues arose, it's been a few years and I'm like kind of ignoring it. It comes and it goes, but it keeps coming back. And it's like, what do I need to do? And what am I not doing that is continuously keeping these issues there. And so I went down some rabbit holes, and rabbit holes are always a fun place to go down. You find good information and you find bad information, and then it's your ability to discern between those and experiment and try and play with what's in front of you. And I found ATG, which is the Athletic Truth Group, knees over toes guy. Some of you may have heard of them, some of you may haven't, but I just dove in and I found true alignment with all of the information that they've provided. And not only am I like, receiving information and regurgitating, I'm receiving, experimenting, like embodying, and then, passing on from it's a level of not just absorb and regurgitate, but absorb and like embody and then regurgitate information, but also at the same time, like from a level of experience and passion. Like I'm passionate about this stuff, and I really do believe that I can help people. And there's one thing is saying it, but movement is doing, and everything is doing. And if you are someone who has been inspired by this conversation with Malcolm and I, and you do want to jump into something and you don't know where to start, like click my name. It's going to be somewhere around here, and send me a message, or just book a call with me, or like whatever. Or if you have a friend that is into this stuff and lights up when they're talking about movement, reach out to them. Don't be afraid. Fear is something that's going to hold us back from achieving the person that we know we are capable of becoming. We're here to grow and evolve and develop and create, and fear is just going to slow us down. So like Malcolm said when we talked about making this video, feel the fear and do it anyway. If I wasn't here making this video and I listened to the fear, maybe nothing would have came from it. So yeah, I'm grateful for you, Malcolm.
Yeah.
Any final words?
Yeah, actually, just on that note, I'd love for you to just kind of as we wrap this up, speak to the importance of having a guide, having a coach as somebody engages and continues on their movement journey.
For sure, especially the type of place that I've come to with movement is like, I want to get you to a place of a specific standard, and if you had never worked out before, we're going to have to start at those regressed places. And in order to move up in those standards and those levels of exercise, having someone there identifying, okay, you need to stay more upright, or identifying if your hip needs to be a little bit more to the left, or identifying what your weaknesses are and what your strengths are, because every single person is going to be different. And having someone like myself or someone else who has been doing it for a long time and can not only just through a textbook approach, but like an intuitive lens that can truly help identify what you need to be working on and what's going to be the biggest bang for your buck in terms of time efficiency and like actual progress. It's going to be beneficial to have someone by your side. And some of the biggest insights I've had is just even beginning to watch people watch YouTube videos, or just start absorbing the information, listening to podcasts. When you start absorbing the information of the type of person you want to become, your mind's going to start circulating thoughts and creating its own experience around what you're absorbing. And you're going to get those bursts of motivation that says, get into the gym tomorrow, reach out to this guy and start the program no matter what. So the first step I would say is just start absorbing. And if you are ready, because I know there's a lot of people who are just about ready to just reach out, but there's fear in the way, there's time, there's kids, there's all this sort of thing. I've been there, and they're all excuses, every single one of them, and the mind's gonna try to trick you out of getting uncomfortable because it doesn't like it. But that's where growth happens, and that's where the magic of life truly begins to express itself. So, having a guide, having a coach, that's why there's coaches popping up all over the places, because it works. The accountability, the friendship, the connection, the true progress from someone who's on, a higher chapter than you are. I'm not going to say that you're never going to be able to get to where I am, but as let's say I'm on chapter 10, you're on chapter 2, well, I can definitely help you. And then there's going to be someone that I can reach out to and that I'm working with that can help me get to that next chapter and that next chapter. There's always going to be levels. And it's to just humble yourself. You know, we're not perfect. Sometimes it's okay to ask for help and to start somewhere. So
yeah, cool. Well, keeping with that book analogy, choose your own adventure. I don't know if those are things that I would get.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. The world, your world, is in your hands. If you feel inspired by this conversation and you want to reach out to Blake, absolutely do so. He's here several times a week in store. He's also very active on social media, Instagram, TikTok, and he's in the gym every day.
Every day.
Yeah, right on. Okay, well, thanks for tuning in. Post any comments, any questions for Blake down below, and reach out. And all the best in your movement journey.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Appreciate you, Malcolm.
Yeah, right on. Thanks, Blake.
You.